Hi everybody, it's me Stacy with the Warrior Forge Project and Team Kadima, here today to discuss why I support any and all martial arts for women. First, let's talk about the controversy here. Let's discuss how when you go to a martial arts school, any martial arts school that specializes in one type of martial art, you hear about how this particular art is the best art for self-defense. That you don't need any other art except this one, and how all other arts cannot begin to compare with this one. Am I right? I know I'm right because I've heard exactly this from almost every art I've ever encountered at almost every school I've stepped foot in. And from some point of view, some of you may be right. The art you're learning may just be the only art for you, or the best art for you. Does that mean that it's the best art for everyone? Does it mean that it's the only art anyone should ever do? Okay, now that we know where this discussion is going, let's take it one step further. Let's talk about women and women's self-defense. This is a bit of a sore subject for me, as you can probably tell by my agitated tone here. But what is anyone thinking when they tell a woman that they should do one art over another? Are you seriously telling her that if she enjoys Krav Maga, that she should really be doing jiu-jitsu? Or vice versa? Because jiu-jitsu is the best way to prevent rape. Have you seen the videos of women using jiu-jitsu in a rape situation? While effective, the woman had to convince the attacker that she was into the atmosphere of the attack, and she had to manipulate her attacker until she could counterattack, of course. Now, how many women do you know that could be that good of an actor while under the stress and adrenaline of being attacked? Now, please don't take this wrong. I love jiu-jitsu. Love it. And it is a great self-defense art when it comes to the ground. And I think every woman should know basic jiu-jitsu. However, if you do not know how to get away from a fight while standing and only have ground art to count on, you only have half a chance to come out of a fight uninjured or killed. Taking it a step further, what if you have an attacker that takes you to the ground and he pulls out a knife or gun? Have you ever trained for that in your jiu-jitsu training? When you see someone's neck exposed and you think about what you could do in a real-life situation, do you think about eye gouging or attacking the crotch while you're rolling just to keep yourself in check for the day you might be attacked? Do you think about throat punching when you're rolling? Do you? Do you discuss these possibilities with your wife or your daughter that doesn't train? Just something to think about. Now let's look at things from the other direction. Let's say you train in Kung Fu, JKD, or Taekwondo. You're taught to finish the fight while standing and not go to the ground. You have fantastic striking abilities and you can kick to the head. It's always a plus. If you have years of Krav Maga, for example, under your belt, you can effectively disarm someone. And hopefully you've done some advanced Krav Maga and have a little groundwork to back up your stand-up. But with any of these stand-up based arts, boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai included, what happens if you are taken to the ground before you know the fight even started? Caught by surprise? Attacked while you're already on the ground? Do you have the ability to get back up and defend yourself if you're pinned down already? If you are a student, do you learn real self-defense from stand-up and from the ground? Do you? How about you instructors out there? Do you really teach self-defense? If you do you teach the psychology of an attacker so that the women in your class know what to look for? Do you talk about instincts and the gift of fear? Do you teach them what someone goes through after they've been attacked, or do you just teach them to punch and kick? Do you teach them what someone in a personal protection service learns about environment, community, and how to locate emergency services everywhere they go? Or do you just teach them what to do if someone attacks them in a dark alley? Ooh. Because that only accounts for a very small fraction of violent attacks on women. Do you get into and discuss the fact that most violent attacks and sexual abuse happens to be committed by a family member or a close friend? Do you even know how to approach this subject honestly? Do you know what to say to a woman who breaks down crying in the middle of your seminar? Are you prepared for that? Now, you may have great intentions on hosting a women's self-defense seminar, or it may be another way you market your school to get more business. If you do this, I'm not saying you're a bad person because I'm assuming you have good intentions by it. What I'm saying is you can do so much more. All it takes is commitment to the cause, some research and development of your community, and true intentions of making the world a better place for women, teens, and children to grow and thrive in. If you'd like me to help you develop your program, or if you're interested in using our program at Team Kadima and the Warrior Forge Project, please feel free to contact me and my team. Contact information will be posted at the end of the video. And to all of you women out there who have been thinking about training in martial arts, but you're hesitant for one reason or another, please message me and we can talk about what we can do to make you more comfortable to step into that studio. I'll even commit to helping you find a good dojo in your area. One piece of advice I give to every woman I talk to regarding martial arts is this: find an art that you will enjoy, because it's very important that it is something that you like to do. It's going to be exercise and agility, but also if you enjoy it, you will be more effective at learning it. To go along with that is the importance of realizing what it is that you are most afraid of in a possible attack. For example, my first art was a style called Kung Fu Sansu. I immediately fell in love with this art, although it has a very controversial history in the United States. It had everything that appealed to me. It had striking, throws, beautiful yet deadly techniques. I really enjoyed the kata, or the forms that they had, as well as I had a particular fascination with the ability to learn how to fight with swords. Yep. Swinging ancient Chinese weapons around was a big selling point to me. Yes, it was. Yet there was something inside me every time I went to the ground that said, "Caution, caution," with big red blinky flashing lights above my head. And I thought, man, I really feel uncomfortable on the ground. The answer from my instructor, of course, as it is with any stand-up traditional art, was, well, don't go on the ground. Don't go to the ground. Finish him while standing. Oh, of course, don't go to the ground. That's the answer. But where do most street fights end up? Have you watched any YouTube videos of street fights? Anybody know? Yep, on the ground. So, not accepting this answer, although I understand it, and I understand the psychology behind it, yes, I would rather stay standing and finish somebody while I'm standing. But because I needed to face my fear, and I knew I needed to face my fear of being on the ground in a situation, I started doing jiu-jitsu, which I quickly fell in love with, and to this day, train more in that than any other art. And guess what? I love to stand fighting. I love to fight on the ground. But I don't feel uncomfortable anymore on the ground when I get thrown in Kung Fu or Krav Maga or Judo. I kind of feel like the fight just started. So in conclusion, go with an art you have fun doing, and go with one you're scared to do. I understand that many of you may not have the time or resources to do more than one art at a time, but start somewhere. Start with something you will enjoy. Take a self-defense seminar, do some research on different martial arts. Oh, and I'll supply a list of different martial arts on my blog soon as well, so you can feel free to start there if you want, just so you can kind of get a feel of, well, what's the difference between jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai? I just don't know. So I'll post that for you guys. Take a kickboxing class. It's a place to start. Start forging yourself into a warrior, that hero, so you can be your own hero, so you can be warrior forged. Until next time, love to you all. Oh, and remember, I'm posting my contact information, where to find the entire Team Kadima at the end of this video. So I'll see you next time, and stay healthy, stay happy, be warrior forged.